So let's go ahead and go in depth with this and see how you're going to be able to read it. The city's emergency shelter is now open. That opened at 8 o'clock this morning. Tax-free weekend is officially here. And with back to season in full swing, we thought we'd compare prices at some of the top discount department stores. And all of this so you don't have to. So let's get started. Biden faces up to 25 years in prison, probation, or fines. The judge in this case has not yet set a date for that sentencing. Let's go ahead and start off with this one. It's the American Opportunity Tax Credit. Moments ago, a juror in the Alec Murdaugh murder trial says that her verdict was influenced by Clerk of Court Becky Hill. Today is National Talk Like a Pirate Day. You have been teasing your joke. I'm here to put you on the spot. Do you have your joke?
All right.
News 19's Cassidy Byer live. So Cassidy, I heard while you were on the road today, you actually saw some vehicles hydroplaning. How are the road conditions now?
Well, now the government is requiring wireless companies to put labels on their phone plans.
Yeah, that's right. Have you ever signed up for a plan at one price and then the phone bill just jumps up by $50 or so a month? Well, these new broadband labels will be spelling out those terms along with all of the taxes and the fees. The goal of it is for consumers to easily digest the information that they're hearing from providers. So starting today, all providers will have these kind of labels. So let's take a look at what they look like. They might look familiar to you, to consumers, since they look like a nutrition label that you see at a grocery store item. So let's go ahead and go in depth with this and see how you're going to be able to read it. A closer look at the top of this label, you'll see what the monthly price is. For example, in this one, it's $80. That's the most you will ever see on your bill because it doesn't include any of the discounts. Now, as you go down this list, this is where you want to take a look. This is going to be where the discounts are. These labels will be, of course, different depending on where you live, since they'll include your county or your city taxes and fees as well. So Verizon has been using these labels since mid-March. Winnie Wright, the head of communications at Verizon, tells me these labels must be visible and available to consumers during a point of sale.
You may go in store and request to see, what your label would look like for your area because it's based on where you live. The government, the local municipality taxes and fees are going to be different depending on where you live. But that obviously has not taken into account the special offers and promotions that may be available to you as a new or as an existing customer.
Now, if you do not see the labels displayed in stores or on the websites by today, you should file a complaint with the FCC. Now, today's deadline is for major wireless carriers such as Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile. So those small carriers, those with fewer than 100,000 customers, have until October to comply with this FCC requirement.
Spirit Week at Chestnut Oaks Middle School in Sumter was full of surprises, especially for our next Teacher of the Week.
So much so that he didn't believe the award was for him. Calcagno has his reaction.
Courtesy of Amazon, trying to give 90s LL Cool J,
For Spirit Week at Chestnut Oaks Middle School in Sumter,
anytime you're dealing with money, you want to make sure you're using above, gain, received, and increase.
you can always count on Mr. CJ to go above and beyond to increase learning skills with his students and have fun doing it.
So y'all just gonna leave me hanging? All right, let's do it together then. That's fine. That's fine.
And he'll never leave his students hanging.
Even if it's something, just a word of encouragement, or it could be something that's not necessarily related to a math lesson, just something that you can say to one of your scholars can completely change the trajectory of their life forever, and you don't even realize.
So we thought it would be perfect to change his life forever.
Hello, Mr. McFadden. This is your special day.
Hey, Mr. McFadden. Well, I am Christy Calcagno from WLTX. Congratulations, you're our Teacher of the Week!
Don't do that. Are you for real?
I'm for real.
Y'all gonna make me cry.
It's his first year as an academic tutor at Chestnut Oaks, where he attended 7th and 8th grade. Last year, he was at Furman Middle teaching choir.
Yeah, came back to the house. Came back to the house.
And it was these same halls that helped him find his passion for teaching.
I knew from 7th grade that I wanted to be a teacher. I didn't know what type of teacher I wanted to be, but I knew that I wanted to be in education.
Now, Mr. McFadden Jr. may be his birth name, but don't let this plaque fool you. His students, family, and friends all call him Mr. CJ.
First got through school, it was, the regular C.J. because I was Carlton Jr. But then in 7th grade, I changed the spelling of my own name and started spelling out CJ because I wanted my own identity, and it just kind of stuck with me since.
And it's stuck far beyond the classroom.
We the Holy Ghost.
You can also find Pastor CJ teaching the gospel at Real Life Worship Center that he founded.
I just love the fact that I'm able to take, those things that I implement as a pastor and implement them into my classroom as well.
And when you ask students like Shakayla who her favorite teacher is,
you ask her who her favorite teacher is, and she goes, sadly, it's Mrs. C.
All jokes aside, Shakayla says that she's grateful for his guidance.
Makes me feel comfortable, and he relates to my situations and stuff. And he's just close with a lot of students, to make him likable. His personality, he keep it real.
And just like Mr. CJ, this award is as real as it gets.
Wow, this got my name on it. Oh my goodness, thank y'all.
Well, News 19 is in a weather impact alert day as Tropical Storm Debbie is slowly moving through our area. We got team coverage right now from across the Midlands as the rain continues to come down. Walker Lawson is in Orangeburg with the latest on some road closures impacting your afternoon commute there. Josie Frost is in Calhoun, where she just spoke with the Sheriff's Department on their storm preparations. Cassidy Byer is out in Clarendon County with the latest on road conditions, including the dangers of hydroplaning. But first, we're going to go ahead and send things now over to meteorologist Daniel Bonds with a closer look at this storm. All right, Daniel, thank you so much. We'll check back in with you in just a little bit. But right now, we're going to head on over to Orangeburg, where there is a road closure impacting drivers this midday. Portions of Riverside Drive is now closed due to flooding and a downed tree in that area. So that's where we find News 19's Walker Lawson with the latest. So Walker, what are we seeing in that area? Well, also staying in Orangeburg this afternoon, the city's emergency shelter is now open. That opened at 8 o'clock this morning as city officials are ready to receive members of the public all week in case of an emergency there. The shelter is located at the city gym, which is on 410 Broughton Street. Sticking in Orangeburg County, officials say that they are no longer handing out sandbags today and tomorrow. Officials are recommending residents who still need those sandbags to check with their local hardware stores. Now, continuing with our team coverage of Tropical Storm Debbie, we're going to shift gears. We're going to head over to Clarendon County. That's where we find News 19's Cassidy Byer live. So, Cassidy, I heard while you were on the road today, you actually saw some vehicles hydroplaning. How are the road conditions now?